Hey guys, how you doing? Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock as promised, 2 or 3 minutes behind. Just setting up our camera equipment, making sure that it was all on track. I'm joined here by Mark Robinson. Mark, welcome.
Thank you, Mike.
Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Pleasure to be here.
Guys, as I've prepped from last week and for this week, let me give you a little bit of an intro as to why we're here and what we're trying to achieve. What was it now, 4 weeks ago?
4 weeks ago, you came in, got your nutrition plan.
Yeah. Well, you measured me up first.
Yeah.
And then I got a roll-on effect from that, and I thought, I'm going to take this to my clients and my group, and I'm going to challenge them. So all of you know me, and you know me well enough that if I do anything in life, I find the best people at their craft. I find the absolute best people I can. I surround myself with brilliant people who, not only achieve, they walk the walk and talk the talk, but they do it themselves and they do it for others. And I find that's, in any area of my life, has been the fastest way to success. And so I'm on this 12-week challenge, and I thought, if I'm going to bring these people into my life, why don't I introduce them to you and help you achieve a great level of success as well? So let me give you a bit of an intro, and I'm going to start with,
thanks, Mike.
You can probably see by looking at him, but what you may not see, and I'll come up a bit closer, is this is what we're really dealing with. This is the reality of Mark Robinson. How many times world champ?
Just one time world champ.
Just the one. Just the one world champion in fitness model.
Yeah.
And that's what I look to. I followed Mark now probably on social media. We go to the same church, similar network of friends. I've followed Mark now for about three or 4 years vicariously, watching what he does and how he operates and who he is as a person before I even engaged your services. I did a lot of research into the back end of it.
Yeah. And
truthfully, I know that's a magazine, and that's good. Sorry guys, my battery's dying. Charge it by chance?
We can work out a charger. We'll get a charger when we get,
Alright, so anyway, I was following Mark and I just would watch and see, and he looks like that all year round. So if you think this is a one-off, a 12-week photo shoot or something like that, the guy's like this 24/7. His business partner, Rob Quattro, exactly the same. They're all year round. It's a lifestyle for them. So if you think looking like that is a unique unicorn kind of person, well, yes it is, but it's not because they're gifted and genetically enhanced. It's just that they actually have an amazing mindset and they've learnt the principles of success. So Mark's, as I've already mentioned, a world champion fitness model. He's been on multiple magazine covers, Men's Health.
I haven't cracked Men's Health yet, Mike, but Ironman magazine has been really good to me. So this one that you just saw is Ironman America. So that was probably my biggest achievement just recently, to crack the international market, to get into the American Ironman magazine. And prior to that, I've been on a few of the Australian Ironman magazines. And not Muscle and Fitness, Natural Bods magazine, Center Stage magazine, and so. Yeah, I've been on one with my wife as well, so we shared the cover together. But these ones that you've mentioned, the Muscle and Fitness and Men's Health, are definitely still goals of mine. I continue to pursue those magazines to try to get on the cover of them. It's just that once I began with Ironman magazine, it seems that when they get someone, they often stick with multiple covers with that person. It becomes an option that they can rely on and trust. And it's hard to then crack into another magazine, but these are challenges of mine to keep going. But I certainly write articles and have publications in these magazines, but then to get the cover is then the next step.
So you're also writing for them as well?
Yeah. So that's how it started. I wrote nutritional articles, training articles, would submit them to all the editors of the magazines and see which one would grab it. And I would just submit photos to go alongside it. And it began with just getting a little face shot at the end of the publication and potentially a web address. And then it became, and they were using other photo of other athletes with my articles. And then it became, I realized that you needed to get the right photographers on board and the right shots. And I've pursued that, and to the point of, so now it's a full article with my photos, and then obviously if we can couple that with a cover, then it works out perfectly. You know?
I mean, the covers are amazing.
Yes.
To be on a cover of magazines, especially in fitness, is next level.
Yeah, it was always a dream of mine. It was always a goal. Like I grew up reading these magazines and always envisioned that one day you get there.
Be on there.
Yeah. So,
And so, on top of that, you do that while running a business. It's not just you grace the covers of magazines and lay on the beach for the rest of the day.
That's right. The covers actually don't make you any money at the end of the day. Hey, you have to have the business behind it. Actually, It's a really interesting world that is. And you think that after I got my first cover, I think there you go, I've cracked it. Hey, cracked the market. 2015, so it's all happened fairly recently, but you think that, okay, that's it, but I needed to have the business behind me because of course it helps financially, and that once you've got a business to back up the covers, but purely if I wasn't in the industry, it's a tricky one, So luckily I work as a dietitian, we got the studio over here, I can provide the services online, and that all works in well together.
So you got multiple streams of income.
Yeah,
if you look at it from a business perspective,
possibilities. That's where you can, your expertise.
I've always to you guys, I'm always telling you that you need to have 5 streams of income. So if you look at Mark, he's not reliant just on the covers.
No,
he's got the personal training business. He's got the supplement business. He's got an online platform. He's got the covers in addition to that, and you probably pick up a couple of ads or something like that in the So you can see how he's not pigeonholed. He's diversified across his income, which is great, because if you have a quiet period through one, he's going to pick it up through another, and it's recession proof. All right, so let's talk about your education.
That's good.
You've got, obviously, you're a master's degree.
Yes. So I mean, came over from South Africa and did my last 2 years of schooling here in Australia. And so finished off grade 12 at TSS, done wonderful school here on the Gold Coast, and then went straight to Griffith University and did 6 years of study.
Wow.
So I did the 4-year double degree in exercise science.
So you did sports science?
Yeah, sports science with psychology. Well. So it was a double. Originally I thought, Mike, I'd like to be a sports psychologist. I thought, if I could travel with an elite sports team or sports player and be their psychologist, I've always been intrigued by the impact of the mind in sport, and bringing the big match temperament and the visualization. So that's what I thought. I'll do the sports science with the psychology. But then I picked up nutritional electives during that degree and realized potentially to become a dietitian and have the nutrition backing is maybe my field that I want to go in, and a very unique field as well, and currently a good area of focus, I think, in the world. And so I was lucky that I could just go straight into a 2-year master's degree then in nutrition and dietetics and finish with that master's. So
I don't know if you would have known this when you started your first year of university, but we've almost got an epidemic of obesity.
Absolutely.
Globally, but certainly in Australia.
Yeah.
So you worked into a fluid market.
Yes.
That was the plan.
That's right. It was good timing. And I feel, exactly right. It's an area where I knew I could help a great number of people.
Wow. So, and this is what you are. You're ultimately saving lives.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who get to a certain point with obesity, and it's a very slippery downhill slope.
Yes.
It just tends to... They manage, and then it just falls away, and they tend to compound.
Absolutely, bigger. Absolutely.
And there's almost a point of no return for those guys mentally.
It goes too far mentally.
Yeah, very hard to come back from.
It becomes too far away, isn't it? And it's so hard to set the process goals along the way when they're just looking at the big outcome and it seems too far away.
I see that with debt.
Yeah.
I see people in debt positions, debt positions, exactly the same way.
Yeah.
5,000's are not fun, but okay. 10,000, it's starting to hurt.
Yeah.
50,000, it's like, do I look at bankruptcy? Do I just quit? I just want to quit. And then they give into it.
Yeah.
And it's just getting back to a reasonable amount is a challenge. And your weight is also the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So true. There's definitely a correlation there.
Huge correlation between the two, mate. And we mentioned this the other day. We were chatting. And I said to Mark, for me, I'm always at you guys about budgeting, asking you to budget. And that to me is money in versus money out. If you spend more than you make, you're going to be broke.
Okay,
Let's look at it with calories.
True. Yeah, same thing. Hey, yeah. Calories, if you're consuming more than what you're expending and what you're using, in those simple terms, you're going to be gaining weight.
You're going to put fat on.
Yeah, and you're going to put fat on. And then likewise, that's the first step to losing it as well. Hey, if we can just create a calorie deficit, if we can just consume a little bit less than what we're burning. It's just
a small amount, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like this
nothing
huge,
extreme.
stupid amount.
Absolutely. And then chip away at it and be patient and have that discipline. And then once we've got that calorie under control, then it takes us into our next step of well, where are the calories coming from, and starting to get more specific with how you're consuming the calories. And that's that whole terminology around macronutrients. Yeah.
It's interesting. So Mark we're on our second program now.
Yeah.
So what Mark was alluding to there is we've done two different things. The first time I caught up with you, we put on weight. That's size, not weight.
Yeah.
I wanted to, I guess, bulk up.
Yeah.
So Mark got me to 97. Yeah. And just recently we went the other way, and we're now, we've got to 89, now 92. Yeah. And I'm happy at 92. Yeah. So it's true. You can go up and down. It's just a choice that we made. And so whether you're a young guy or a guy or girl trying to put on some size and develop, or you're trying to lose some weight, there's a system for it, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And it's just about knowing those numbers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then working with the individual, with the lifestyle, and the foods that you like and dislike, and the environment. Everyone's individual, for sure. And you're exceptionally busy, and the lifestyles are there, but you're making it. We make it work and make it fit around that and make it realistic. It's got to be achievable. Hey,
I was surprised. Yeah. The first diet you gave me had dessert in it. It was wrapped.
I
was excited with that.
Exactly.
I'm going to grab you. Can we get a charger?
Yeah, we got to pause maybe, and we'll go get a charger. Well, there's going to be a charger downstairs actually attached to that. Do you want to go down, Mike?
I'm going to go to the car, guys, get my charger, and
I'm going to keep talking.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with Mark for a sec. He's going to talk to you just about how do you stay motivated?
Yes, exactly.
And I'll be back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You got one in there? Yeah. Okay. I mean, just recently I went and spoke at a school. Actually, I was speaking to like the years 7, 8 and 9 about how to stay motivated, how to deal with body image issues, and just like it's so hard to stick to a plan and to achieve a goal. And so I love this topic. Like how a lot of them were asking me, how do I stay motivated? I really feel there's a few points. The first point is, what's your environment? Who are you hanging around with? Well, what's your social group? Because I'm very fortunate because I'm always around like-minded people over here. So my colleagues, my wife over here, we're in a studio, we operate a health business. So we're all like-minded. That means that there's no actual temptations or treats around in the office, in the fridge. So it's very much like what you're actually exposed to will make such a big difference. If you're around a motivating group and you're around people that are going to keep you accountable and going to be on the same wavelength as you, then absolutely so much easier. So that's one thing, definitely. What's the environment that you're hanging around? And certainly we've got to acknowledge that there's barriers to that. Simply even you've got children, they're going to be eating things that are different to potentially your goals. So there needs to be some of that food in the house, for them. And straight away that's a temptation, and we acknowledge that. But certainly it will help you stay motivated if you have a coach in that area, just like you do in financial areas, you're a coach in health. If you've got a friend who's going to be touching base with you and saying, it's time to go train together. Or maybe you've got a timetable at a gym where you can attend a class that's at a certain time. All those things are going to make you accountable. So it's the people that you're hanging around with for sure. Also, you got to. I love to set a date or we got to absolutely define what the goal is, and then set a date where we're going to potentially see where that goal is going to be achieved or not, or how much progress we're making towards the goal. So, like with Mike, he'll be doing a photo shoot, and the photo shoot is what is a highly motivating factor, isn't it?
Got to be ready.
and that's always been for me as well. Like I certainly know that if I've booked something in, then I'm going to be motivated because I have a goal. And it used to be competing, getting on stage, but now it's more for photo shoots. It's also motivating for me because I know that I need to look the part because I need to motivate my clients. So it's very much like that. If we take a before and an after shot, even something as simple as that, or we get some measurements done, and then you know that you're going to be accountable and have more measurements, that's motivating. To see the results is obviously very motivating as well.
It's interesting with having that accountability because we can lie to ourselves really well.
Yeah.
And if no one knows about it, you can keep lying to yourself and saying, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
And as I eat the chocolate bar.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if you get this with clients, but you know, you might say to them, how's your food been for the week?
Yes.
No, it's been great, on point. But the reality is they sneak into the fridge and they have a chocolate bar or a bit of ice cream and they tend to ignore telling you that. And in their mind, they negate it. And so they go, no, I've been good. Can't see why I'm losing the weight, but I've been really good. The numbers don't lie.
It's tough.
You need to track it sometimes, don't you?
It's true. Maybe it's just happening subconsciously, don't even realize that they're picking at foods. And just otherwise just being honest and being accountable for that, because maybe it means that we need to factor something in over there. But if we don't know that if they're not being truthful, then you can't change the plan around it. So sometimes being able to have a treat is a motivating factor, and being able to go, okay, well, be good for 6 days of the week. On your 7th day, allow yourself a treat. Let's make that happen if it allows you to stay motivated for the rest of the week. Sometimes that's a good tactic. Yeah.
What do you find some of the biggest flaws?
Yeah.
I'm talking generally. I'm not talking anyone in particular, but someone who really needs to lose some weight or wants to lose weight and is having trouble, where are they coming unstuck? What do you see the most?
Yeah. From a nutritional side of things, often it's the timing of the meals for one, okay? From a nutritional, like, they may actually be consuming the right amount of calories, they might even be consuming the correct type, but the timing of when they're having it is often out. Like, for instance, they are just too busy in the day and they're not eating through the day. Therefore, they're over-consuming at the wrong time of day before they're going to bed. And this is a big flaw. So they'll end up just overeating. Always the dinners become too big, then there's desserts, and then they're just eating too much, going to bed with a full stomach, and obviously that's not functional. Where it's trying to understand to eat for more function. You know, eat when you're going to be more using up the energy that you're consuming. So I think getting the more frequent meals in, and understanding what to eat around the training times when you're exercising, that's a big key point. The timing. Apart from that, it's probably just, like we've said, just being able to maintain the motivation, and not to do 2 weeks or 4 weeks of all in and then not be able to maintain it. And the more I can help with the accountability over there is, even just a weekly check-in. Hi, this is what I've eaten this week. What's your feedback? And just knowing that there is going to be an accountability really helps them. If they miss those accountability sessions, that's when they fall off. Hey,
I'm disciplined.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Almost militant.
Yeah, you are.
And then I bring you into the mix, and everything I put in my mouth is accountable to me.
Wow.
So I look at it, because I know I've got to come and see you at the end, and I want to. I don't know about everyone in the group, but humans want to please.
Yeah.
And whether we like it or not, I'm going to come to you and want to please you. 1, I respect you. 2, you're my coach. 3, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
So I want to make the most out of it.
That's
so
awesome.
That's where the accountability really works.
That's exactly right. Hey, yeah. When you pay for something, you stick to it, exactly.
Put your hand in your pocket. You've got skin in the game.
And you've got a date when you know you're coming back to be checked on.
I look for my 2 weeks, man. I love the 2 weeks. I'm like, how do we do? And so that's where it becomes motivating, because I know that I did all the work during the week. I want to see the reward. So it's good. I know the answer to this, but I want the guys here to hear it. What do you think?
Yeah.
What's more important, exercise or food? I'm not going to say one's more important, but if you could put a percentage or on...
I recently, even in this magazine, there's the article, and this is the key point that the editor wanted to draw out of me, exactly that sort of question, actually, because in conversation, I straight away put the point across that I would much rather be on top of my food preparation, timing of getting that meal in, then it's more important than if it meant that I had to miss a training session, because at least I could get the food right. Absolutely. I think that I've seen it too often where people are spending too much time day in, day out, going into the gyms. I used to work in a gym as the dietitian there, and I'll just see people coming in and training every day and their body shape's just not changing. And I just think if you could put a little bit more time rather into the food, if it means skipping a training session because we're all busy, and rather actually doing some food preparation, or even getting a grocery shopping done. That's where it begins. More important than the training. We're all probably, the focus is too heavily towards the training and the nutrition. So yeah, for sure, put a bit more effort into the nutrition.
And what about someone who is overweight and they're concerned? I don't know if my sister's watching, but treated with the utmost privacy. But I used to train my sister many years ago, and she was in a period where she was trying to lose some weight, trying to tone up. But we had to watch her knees and joints because she just wasn't used to the training workload. And what would you suggest for someone who's maybe starting out?
Yes.
Not a regular trainer.
Yeah.
Put your focus on the food, as you just said.
Yeah.
And then don't beat yourself up. Just more activity is better than none.
Exactly right. Exactly. Make it achievable. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it simple. Just really keep the nutrition simple and keep the training simple. Yeah. Right? That's just such a key point because we all seem to overcomplicate things, especially on the nutrition side. It becomes too complex, and then you never get it right. Then, hey, and you just then the guilt sets in because you just can't get it perfect, and you can't actually cover all bases in nutrition. I think that there's so much out there in nutrition. I mean, in terms of, do we need to be organic? Do we need to go and be gluten-free, lactose-free? It becomes too much. Let's just simplify it and say, what's actually our goal initially? If the goal is simply to lose some weight, all right, it's the calories, it's the distribution of macronutrients, carb, protein, fat, a balance, and the timing. And let's eat functionally according to the goal. Yeah. Don't overcomplicate it. Doesn't matter exactly where you're getting your shopping done. Okay. It doesn't matter if sometimes you've got to use a microwave, you've got to use a convenient option. It's got to be achievable. Yes. Hey, if we can tick all the boxes, then even better. But let's make it achievable. And the same thing in the training.
I was surprised how you were quite relaxed with me.
Yeah.
I was like, don't stress. Yeah. It's okay, mate. one bit of sugar,
yes.
in your coffee was all right.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And it took the load off me.
Yes.
So that bought you said, organics, gluten-free, dairy-free, everything's out there now. There's a million options, which is great. Yeah. But you've raised the point in my mind, real food versus the supplements. Yeah. Like the shakes or the...
Yes, no, exactly. We want to make it sustainable. That's the other point. Hey? Yeah. Something that is actually a lifestyle. Now, maybe a shake or one of these diets or something, or there's a lot of the fad diets out where it's a bit extreme. Yeah. Might work for a week, might get you a bit of a weight drop, but it's not making a lifestyle. You're not learning from it. It's not sustainable, is it?
What happens when you come off that?
Exactly. When you come off, we all know that the weight usually goes back on, doesn't it? Because we haven't actually learned how to adapt that into real foods and lifestyle. And so you want to begin with improving and do the cooking and get involved in food, real food. Otherwise, the weight will just come back on for sure. If you lose, and you probably lose it too drastically, which means that you're also losing muscle in the process. Yep. And then you got to put the fat back on. Who knows, there could be more illnesses, sicknesses, because it's often too extreme, these fad diets.
So the immune system gets belted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you start eliminating too many foods, like the whole the dairy-free, and if we're doing that unnecessarily, then naturally parts of the digestive system are going to kind of shut down in a way, because they feel like, well, they're not needed anymore. Yeah. But they're there for a reason. There's enzymes that are there to digest these ingredients, and when you choose not to have them, then that damages the digestive system in a way, and then only slows down the metabolism, which is not what we're trying to do. We want to have it a quick, efficient, speed up metabolism in order to burn through our food nicely and put it in the correct places for muscle growth and use it up for fat loss.
So how do the guys do that? How do they? Because I've done that. It's if you can increase your metabolism, it certainly speeds up the process. How do they do that?
Yeah, well, one is lots of vegetables. Nice and simple, practical point to take away. Lots of vegetables, because that's a lot of fiber and it's an effort on the body to break that down. Okay. The more digestion we can get involved, the quicker the metabolism gets, because there's more effort going on in the body.
Say that again?
But
if you eat more, more and more frequently.
So more frequently is one thing for sure. More fiber and a more combination of foods. Yeah. More combinations will activate more digestive system. Yeah. Yeah, and that'll actually speed up metabolism. So sometimes we're under eating and we're not eating enough and the body's in a storage mode.
Yep.
We need to actually eat a bit more frequently and have more combinations so that the body realizes that, okay, there's food coming in regularly, I can burn this up, I can use it up because another meal's coming in. It's not like I'm having to store this meal because I'm going into a period of famine right now and then I'll have to feast later.
Yeah.
We want to keep it in a nice regular system. So that's one, the timing, the more vegetables, more fiber, combinations of food groups, all going to speed up metabolism. Exercise is going to speed up metabolism.
Well.
Yeah, the more muscle mass you have is going to speed up metabolism.
Just starting to combine all of those things in moderation, maybe.
Yeah.
So more veggies. You know, timing is correct.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of exercise to it.
Yeah.
What when the body goes into that starvation mode? It does what?
It wants to store the food in a fat cell so that it can use it later when it needs it, because it thinks that it's got to hang on to this food because there's no more food coming.
Crucial. It stores it in the fat cell.
We don't want to store it in the fat cell. Yeah, we want to put it in a muscle cell and we want to get rid of what's not needed. Yeah.
So I'll use myself as an example. My goal at the moment is to lose body fat, but maintain or increase muscle. Yeah. Challenge.
Yeah, to do both at the same time. So to grow muscle while losing body fat was historically thought to be a little bit impossible. Hey, but it's very achievable, and you're proving it. You're proving it. Yeah.
But to do that, Mark actually got me to eat more food. Yeah. But we changed the food. I'm eating a lot more veggies, as you said.
Yes.
A lot more veggies than I was. We added some carbohydrates to that in the rice.
Yes.
Which I wasn't doing as well.
Yeah.
And the result was that we put on lean muscle in all the right areas, and we lost it around my waist, which I didn't think would go. I thought that was where it was.
Yes, yeah.
Effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good. Thank you.
From you, I said.
Thank you. Putting in the rice might sound strange, and putting in a carbohydrate and it's helping your results, but we put it in at the right time and the right portion. Hey, we're using it up now in exercise. It's a functional carbohydrate which should provide energy for your training. Therefore, you're able to push potentially a heavier weight and grow muscle.
It's helping me work.
And it's helping you work also, is it?
Because I would get to work and I'd be tired. Yeah. I'd get lunchtime and I'd step that low. 3 o'clock I'd get a real low. Then I'd go and get a cake.
Yes,
pick me up.
Yes.
So now I've got that sustained energy.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not getting the troughs that I used to get.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, mate, what do you think would be some of the tips that your best, if you could maybe, I don't know, top 3, top 5?
Yes.
Nutrition tips to stay in shape.
Okay. Cool. Make an effort to include more protein in your day, for one. Now, protein is obviously all your meats, fish, eggs. Vegetarians, you get protein from lentils, chickpeas, tofu, kidney beans, combinations, quinoa. Okay. Now, when we're consuming protein, it's going to fill us up a bit more. We're going to feel more satisfied. We're going to get less cravings. Every time you eat, meal or snack, try and think, is there a bit of protein involved in this? Okay. Let's not have carbohydrates at dinner. Let's think like that. Carbohydrates are not the bad guy. It's not that you mustn't have them, but think of carbohydrate as a functional provider of energy. So let's have that energy provider around times when we're going to be active. Okay. Cool. So, all right. Another one can be to simply, like we've said, more vegetable. Vegetables definitely going to help with fat loss because it's going to speed up your metabolism. It's going to boost your immune system as well. So it's not only about fat loss, it's boosting your immune system, brain power, everything. So more vegetable. Typically, just 3 cups of cooked vegetable a day is a good goal. Or if it's more salad style, you can go even more, like 5 cups of salad style a day. So you've got to include that, maybe some raw veggie sticks, maybe it's a salad at lunch, cooked veg at dinner, combinations of how you can get it into snacks and meals. Let's try and then probably the last one is, like we've touched on, is the timing, and to try and eat about every 3 to 4 hours to have, it doesn't have to be a meal, but a snack, just to keep the body burning up food efficiently and to stop you from getting to a point where you're going to get over hungry and then potentially binge. Yeah.
I was good at that. But I wasn't eating right. I was eating well. Everyone would think I looked amazing from a food perspective. but then I was slipping in some areas, and it really was quite detrimental.
Yeah.
Really detrimental.
Yeah.
So I've always, as I started the video with, I always surround myself with greatness. And I believe that is you, mate. That this is your space. So from a dietitian's perspective, you've done some extensive study. You've not only written in journals, you've written in magazines, you're well published. From your perspective, what is nutrition to you?
Yeah. Nutrition simply is a balance of realistic health, and like I said before, I like to just try, and if I can just teach it to be a bit more simple and to try and discourage the myths around nutrition and to discourage making it too complicating. It is understanding the total amount of intake you're consuming in a day, understanding the terminology, calories and kilojoules, reading a food label and understanding how to compare different products so that it can fit your goals, and then understanding macronutrients or carbohydrate, protein and fat, getting the correct ratio between those three macronutrients in order to fit your goal, all right? Understanding the function of each of them, and then thirdly, getting the timing right. So it's 3 T's. It's the total intake, the type of intake, and the timing of food, okay? The more education I can offer on that, I think it just simplifies everything around nutrition. It clears up the myths, and it makes it a lot more achievable. Thereafter that, from a dietitian's perspective, it's not always about optimal conditioning. It's more about health and understanding that nutrition has a major correlation to all these preventative health diseases, heavily correlated with lowering cholesterol, lowering blood pressure, fighting diabetes. It's either the cholesterol and the blood pressure around the heart is often to do with saturated fats, and it's acknowledging that there might be a bit too much saturated fat in one's diet, and we need to counter that with some of the healthier fats. And then the diabetes, which is just so prevalent, is often to do with too much sugar. And it's acknowledging those 2 points and just getting people to hopefully be able to not have to be taking medications, because we could be doing it through a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle.
I never obviously knew that there was a correlation there, but I've always looked at nutrition from a sports perspective.
Performance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I never, and it's only until you mentioned it, that I thought that there's even people in this group I know that have got health-related issues, but I never thought of fixing it with diet.
Yeah.
And that's a really key point. So if you're going to take anything from this, and as much as Mark's given us some great take-home, some amazing messages, tips and tricks, I think if ultimately the whole thing of doing this group and this challenge is about wellness, and if we're not addressing your wellness, then we're missing the whole point.
That's right.
That's about you being healthy and being able to be at 60, run with your kids still.
Yes.
Or still be there, not having heart attacks. Preventative is the best cure.
Yeah.
And I never thought of tying it into that.
Good.
So
good.
That's a good lesson for all of us.
It is, because also like we see your pic in 3 weeks, and we go, wow, look at the 6-pack and the abs, and it's hard because sometimes it's not realistic for everyone.
Correct.
And that's what we say. Everyone's on a different goal, and everyone's got different processes and progress goals they got to hit. That might be the long-term outcome, but let's just get healthy first.
I think people, they might see those pictures and get put off by that.
Sometimes.
Then that's an overnight success in about 25 years.
Exactly. Hey.
Been training since I was 14.
Yes.
It's not like I just rocked up this week and we got on a diet and boom.
Exactly.
And
yes,
there's a lot of age behind that.
That's right.
And maturity and my muscle and whatnot. And you've been training for...
Also, I'm glad I started at a young age. It does help. I started a good sort of 15. My father got me in the gym, so I'm 30 now. So it's 15 years.
Dad's in amazing shape.
Yeah,
his
of
dad
course.
is in tip-top shape. So, but it starts from, it's easier having started earlier.
Absolutely,
But we're all on that journey, as you said, and we're all got different starting points. Use Mark and myself maybe as a motivation, absolutely, but not as a measuring stick.
No.
Unless you've done 25 years of training, and then that's okay. So, mate, I think if we could maybe wrap up on that. I'm going to add your details. How do the guys find out
Absolutely,
with you?
absolutely. Got my website directly, so Mark Robinson, but I'm known as Healthman Mark.
Correct.
So the website is healthmanmark.com. Simple. Be able to connect with me on there. You got my email, mark@healthmanmark.com. We'll be able Instagram, of course. Healthman Mark is the Instagram, @Healthman Mark, Facebook, everything. You can follow it under Healthman Mark and send me messages through there. Who knows, might want to connect with some online accountability in a nutrition coaching form. Those options are all available through the website. We're going to work out a special value-added package for your
What do you reckon?
clients.
Is there something that we could do? Because I believe, and the reason I've put you on, they've only just started the challenge this week.
Yes.
This week. And I brought you straight in. I didn't give Mark a lot of notice. I hit him up and threw him under the bus. But I knew it was, he'd deal with it. But I brought Mark in so early in the piece because if we can get that right so early on, as we did with myself, and because I got such good results, even though my nutrition was pretty good, to see such dramatic results in 3 weeks, I had to share. And if you do need some help, that's why Mark's here. I mean, his knowledge is exponential. Mine is 1/100th of what Mark might know, and I think you should really utilize this resource. I appreciate him giving his time today because he's freely giving his time to connecting with you. And mate, I don't know if you've given any thought to what you could probably do for the group.
Absolutely. It might be worthwhile passing on if you're going to go through my website, we'll work out a little discount code. And we'll be able to go at the checkout to put in the code, that might be one option to go through, which will be like a 20% off code. We'll be able to utilize that for whether you want a one-off eating plan or whether you want to go into a accountability 6-week coaching package or 12-week coaching, which will be where I can keep you accountable weekly, whether you're here on the Gold Coast or not. So there'll be a coaching form or there'll be just a one-off eating plan, and we'll work out a 20% off package that everyone can utilize. How's that sound?
I think that's great. I would have done it without the discount, but I think it's well worth it. The big thing for me is everyone knows I'm big on the numbers. I like analysing where we're at, where we're going, and how we're tracking. You put me on a little machine downstairs.
Yes, that was good.
It was cool, So it's non-intrusive. You basically stand on the platform and it takes all of your measurements. What are they?
Body fat percentage, muscle mass in kilos, body fat in kilos. Shows you the distribution of where your fat is on your body and where your muscle is. Shows whether you're symmetric there or not. And then we'll just do that with you every 6 weeks. We do the measurements every 2 weeks, but if we stand on that every 6 weeks, then we're going to get a real big change.
The thing is, if I went back on that, if I jumped on the scales at week 3, I would have been disappointed because I actually went up. But it was a completely different up.
Different body composition.
I went up in muscle and down in body fat. And so be careful, guys, if you're jumping on your scales at home, maybe just be cautious of that because if I'm correct, muscle weighs more than fat.
Yes. And it does your head in. Hey? It's confusing, the scales. It's really confusing. The measurements are well worth it, and the photos also, because visually you can see the difference.
And you can't see yourself day to day. Like you see, doesn't look like a change.
No.
And when you showed me the photos last week, we both had a good laugh.
We did.
Mate, anything you want to wrap up on?
But so email me directly. Any questions you got over there, or any chatting about prices or what we can do, you can just email me directly, mark@healthmanmark.com, or we can go through the website, have a look at the packages there, and then shortly distribute a 20% discount code.
Awesome.
Okay. And pleasure to give up my time. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for involving me, Mike.
Pleasure,
and I'm happy to be helping.
Well, guys, that's it. That's the nutrition seminar. You've probably heard there has been a massive link between nutrition and budgeting, cash flow, or finance. As I said, we've got the best in the business here. You're very lucky to be in front of such an accredited and true gentleman, and I really enjoy working with him. I encourage you to reach out and connect. And if you can't get through, I'm going to post the details in the post underneath. But you've always got me that you can reach out and I can connect you with Mark. Great. Until then, guys, it's Friday. Have a great weekend. All the best. I've got the market summary coming up later tonight. I know none of you listen to that. You just leave me do the stuff, and it's quite boring for all of you, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mark, you have an awesome weekend.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate
Excellent.
your time.
Okay.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys. See you
Thank
soon.
Bye bye.